Today we talk with breeder Mr. Thomas Farzes, whom you have already seen in some videos before. My first question immediately relates to this topic. Thomas, we have known each other for a very long time. We talked to you earlier about the Podenco Canario breed that you have presently and about the Kangles you bred before. I recently discovered, to my great dismay, a new breed of dog in your Facebook posts, which, at first, I didn't even know what breed it was. As it turned out, it is none other than Podenco Canario, the Canary Islands Hound. How did this dog breed come about, and why did you get started, and why did you start dealing with them? Love at first sight, or some other purpose?
Absolute love at first sight. On the one hand, thank you for the opportunity to talk about this breed. I think it is absolutely unknown, at least in Europe, outside the Spanish mainland, which is not very well known either. So, going back to how I met the breed, by the way, is due to Podenco Canarios. I was looking for Podenco Canarios in Spain when I first met the breed personally. First, I realized that here is a kind of deer-like breed with a greyhound body, which is completely unknown to me. First I thought that this dog is a kind of a Pharaoh dog, then they said that no, this is not a Pharaoh dog, but a Podenco Canario. Well, I have to say that it was love at first sight. Strange as they are, for me their outlook really caught my eye. As far as their qualities are concerned, I think that now in its 4th year of dealing with them, I am only scratching the surface, because there is still a lot here that I don't know or I am beginning to understand about the breed. In short, that's it, that's how we met for the first time. According to the official definition, this breed is a hound, and their vital element is hunting, primarily and mostly for rabbits who live on the Canary Islands. I don't know how correct this really is, whether this breed was invented for this and comes from somewhere else, or why it was born. All we know about the breed is that it is about 7,000 years old, so it was introduced to Spain 7,000 years probably by the Egyptians, the Greeks, or the Phoenicians. Opinions are divided on this subject. Even the few written documents that can be found mention that it could happen about 7,000 years ago. According to FCI, they belong to the hunting and primitive dog category. So, by the way, they can be classified as a primitive dog breed, and this is not far from the truth, mainly in their behavior. In many ways they are quite similar to cats. In an interesting way that is different from Podenco's basic nature, in this dog there is a high degree of distrust without aggression towards strangers. Those who do not know the breed classify them as dogs who fear from people and pulling away from everyone, while they are usually show no aggression, but they are very, very distrustful. This can also be seen even within the family, so that it takes a long, long time for someone to gain their trust, and that someone becomes their owner. In everyday life they accept only one person as their owner or master, and this can be seen on their behavior clearly. In connection with their hunting style, on the Canary Island there are now only 2 types of rabbits, the mountain hare, and the hollow rabbit, which is a kind of a lava rabbit. There, the traditional way of hunting is that they use their Podencos together with hunting ferrets. The hunter let the ferret go into the hollows, and when the hare tries to escape they let the dogs go after them. The essence of hunting is that here, unlike greyhounds, Podencos do not chase on open fields. They are classic hounds, so to speak. They explore deep in lava pits, and notice even the slightest trace of smell. These dogs are speeding on stones and lava pits at terribly high speed, without any damage, 1, 2, or a pack. This varies from region to region. In practice, it is not the gallop that matters, but the sense of smell and scouting. Podencos are very tough guys, they can really go from morning till night, without getting tired. Compared to other breeds, in 100 degrees Fahrenheit, an average dog breed is tinkling, lying down, drinking, bathing, whatever it takes to cool down. Well, the Podenco is not. Practically they are like the perpetually moving road runners. They constantly run around and endure everything, and they are very healthy. And for me, it's very, very, very positive, and I actually think it's the first dog breed in my life which is completely disease-free, which is a very rare phenomenon in our modern world. Practically apart from the injuries they acquire for themselves, because their blood and temperament carry them, they are completely free from dysplasia, or heredity diseases, or whatever we're hearing here lately, unfortunately, from different breeds. They are really interesting characters, as according to my experiences they are like pit bull terriers in many respects, mainly in hardness and determination. They look fragile for an outsider, but they are steel hard in their everyday existence. They are very stubborn dogs in their nature, and it is absolutely true what the breeder of my dogs told me when I went for them. I quote, he said, "The Podenco has its philosophy, so you have to get used to them. Presently and in the past 4 years I have been studying them, and they always show me something new that I enjoy and love much. When you have a Podenco, you always have to take care, as the hunter instincts are in their blood. Everything is a prey for them, from sparrows to frogs. They try to catch and hunt down everything that shows any signs of movement. We had to raise up the bird feeder in the yard so that they cannot reach them by jumping up."
At the beginning of our conversation you mentioned that Podencos are categorized as primitive dogs. What does this mean? What is a primitive dog?
First of all, they mean by this phrase that the given dog, like the Podenco Canario, have had a long history, and that throughout their history they did not become a kind of companion dog. They do what they were created for, even in our days. When I asked the Spanish breeders that how these dogs give birth to the puppies, they did not even understand the question. In connection with Podencos, not much of them have ever used cesarean section. What they said is, these are Podencos, they go to the bushes and give birth to the puppies and come out when they want. Obviously, not all Podenco breeders are like this, because some keep them in kennels, some in groups in big houses and yards. But these dogs usually give birth on their own, which is unfortunately very rare in our modern dog world, which is partly the outcome of the, in quotes, breeding work of humans. As I told you before, I am quite much fascinated by their mental abilities. For example, technically they were house clean from the earliest moment they arrived to us, although this may be a coincidence. For 2 specimens we do not say that it is a general rule. I also told you that they are quite cat-like in many respects. They practically lick themselves every morning and night in the same way and wash themselves like a cat. They don't like it when it rains, they don't like it when they are dirty, except when they're hunting. And by the way, they sleep curled up like a cat, snuggled tightly to us, the owners.